We have four of the best monster trucks in the world in the semifinals. Samson, we heard Dan Patrick last week tell us he thinks he can win on this style of course. He loves it.
Everybody's confident, including this guy who's in the Final Four. Tom Mintz and Bulldozer comes in with a streak of 14 consecutive victories.
The Gravedigger and Dennis Anderson came here with a mission. That is to get that flag back away from Tom Mintz. He is very determined here in Nashville.
And you talk about a man on a mission. From starting the season in victory lane to a struggling season, Todd Frolick wants to put Barefoot back where he thinks the team from Pontoon Beach, Illinois belongs, and that is on top.
You see the trucks rolling out for our first semifinal matchup. That will be Barefoot and Bulldozer. Before we do that, let's go to one of our jargon jams. We're going to talk about a hot shoe.
Hot shoe. What? Hot shoe. I don't know what that is. I never heard that one.
A hot shoe, I guess that's somebody who wins.
What's a hot shoe?
I'm not exactly sure what that is.
See, no one knows what that means. It's my producer's fault.
Do you know what a hot shoe is?
I guess that's somebody that can't keep his foot off the accelerator at all times.
Do you realize every single person's giving us a different answer for hot shoe? Because no one knows really what it means either.
I guess that'd be the hot driver right now. You know, hot shoe in the truck. Maybe the hot shoe. Right now, I'd say Dennis is probably our hot shoe.
Foot.
Okay, a hot foot. A hot foot is actually our accelerator in her truck, and it has hot foot right on it.
I have no idea what a hot shoe is. Who was the dummy that come up with that?
Came up with that term.
Thanks,
You guys were wondering.
I thought it was a Moriarty term.
Oh, okay. All right, we're ready to go here. Bulldozer. Can anybody slow down Tom Mintz? And you got to give him some credit, but Barefoot and Frolick are ready to go.
This is absolutely the best in the world that we've been seeing here in Nashville, and we're down to the Final Four, and really it's hard to argue that these are the four best in the world right now, although some of the others can make a case. But, you know, when you think about it, for Tom Mintz to have won 14 consecutive races, amazing streak to beat these guys week in, week out. Barefoot and Todd Frolick, he'd love to put that feather in his cap of stopping the streak right here. Todd Frolick is going to let it rip.
Now, you'll remember from last week, we're on this roundy-round or Chicago-style course. He gets off to a good start, which both trucks have seemed to do, and
Good race.
kind of be chasing each other a little bit. And it is the finish line is right in the middle of the track, so they actually run a lap and a half. Bulldozer. It is Bulldozer. Wins again. Makes that 15 in a row.
Wow. And I'll tell you, that one wasn't easy. He almost went over at the end. Look at Tom Mintz. He is fired up. Wow. You can see we talked about it last week during the early rounds. Barefoot having to have that seal replaced. But he doesn't have to replace it. They just keep pouring fluid in it.
And there's some fluid coming out, but little trouble there in the turn. It wasn't quite as smooth as I think Todd Frolick would have liked as he tried to get the thing slowed down and turn. Now let's watch Tom Mintz. Makes him so good on these courses. You see Barefoot, a little trouble in the turn.
Now we'll pick Bulldozer back up as he comes flying through. And Mintz just really goes through the turns and comes out of it hammering. You can see he got up on two wheels, but really wasn't in serious trouble. Tom just drives her out of it. And that's why that checkered flag is on the back, because he keeps winning here on the Motor Madness.
We talked how critical these turns are, and you'll see that both the front and the rear wheels turn.
That rear steer's critical here because you've got to throw that back end around. And look at Bulldozer. He just does it brilliantly. Hey, Barefoot had a super run. Todd Frolick's got nothing to hang his head about on this one. He had a nice run. He's run well here with a truck that's kind of beat up a little bit, but just not enough for the hottest man in monster truck racing, Tom Mintz and the Bulldozer. I don't think, Tom just doesn't make mistakes. And, I don't want to put a jinx on him, but right now he is just not making any mistakes. Everything about that truck and about the driving of it, brilliant.
All right, who's going to meet Bulldozer? Will it be Gravedigger or will it be Samson? We will find out when we return with more of TNN Motor Madness Monster Jam.
June 5th is the date. New York State Fairgrounds is the place, and the Monsters are the main event. That's right, the Monsters are ready to rumble, and Syracuse is the battleground. All you need is a ticket, and you can grab them before they're gone at www.pacemotorsports.com.
Mike Hogwood, Scott Douglas getting ready for the next semifinal run. There's Samson, strong. Many consider him the favorite tonight, but he's going up against a very, very determined Gravedigger in Dennis Anderson.
No question about it. This is Dan Patrick's type of course, and Dan has been brilliant, but Gravedigger can run on any course, and he's always a threat to win. And believe me, Dennis is motivated. He wants that checkered flag back off the Bulldozer truck. The only way he gets it is to beat Samson here and then go head-to-head against Tom Mintz in the final. But boy, I'll tell you, it's going to take a great run to beat Samson.
Well, you see Samson love the look of this truck. Stayed, and he is ready. They'll watch and go on the green light. And again, they run about a lap and a half. The finish is at the actual center of the course. After they've gone around a lap, they come back. And they'll be chasing each other in this round style. Both guys focused, knowing what's ahead of them here and how tough the opponent is, too. And I think that gets you fired up a little bit. Gravedigger and Samson, semifinal. We're ready.
It's going to be a dandy. Here we go. Gravedigger gets off the line, gets a little cockeyed.
Yeah, and there's Gravedigger. You see make the great job on the turn.
The tube went down. That's it. It's a disqualification on Gravedigger. The tube went down.
All right, well, maybe it's Samson who will be the winner then, as Gravedigger obviously with a disqualification. We'll wait and see the officials' ruling. We'll take a look at Samson's run.
Patrick comes through. Now watch in the turn. Nicely done. He comes around. A lot of power here. He comes over and got way off course there. Now that's you can see the pole was already mashed by Gravedigger. There is a question, though, whether Dan Patrick got both wheels up that first ramp. So you have to put both your front wheels up the ramp on a jump.
And if you don't do that, you're disqualified as well. There you see the tube going down as Gravedigger cuts that turn just a little too tight.
That is exactly what the call is going to be. Gravedigger is being called the winner as they come across the line because both trucks committed a violation. You throw them both out, and we're back to racing. And the officials, let's watch the finish because they say it's Gravedigger. That was a very tight run at the end. We were watching the DQs. There you see Dan Patrick clearly did not have both front wheels over the ramp.
Well, and as we're watching this, Dan Patrick is not happy with this decision at all.
No, he's living. Boy, you see Dennis Anderson got some trouble sliding out there. What a wild run.
Well, let's hear some more from the pace official on this.
With semifinal heat just now with Samson and Gravedigger. Now, Dan Patrick says he missed one jump on the side. He says that Gravedigger and Dennis Anderson hit a pole. They both should be DQ'd, and he said in the air he feels he won it, and the side view and the camera will prove that he won the race. What do we do about that? I went to him earlier. He said, Dan, no comment, don't want to talk about it, let it go.
Well, I was listening on the radio to my officials that were on top of it. They called the one infraction when the turning pole went down. They called the other infraction when Dan didn't hit the cars with both front wheels as they saw it. And when they both have penalties added to their times, then it goes back to whoever crosses the finish line first. So the call was made. It's another one of those things. Whether it was a ball or a strike, we'll live with it.
I mean, family entertainment at its finest, but no matter what, these boys get in their cars, you're going to have some hairy moments.
Yeah, it is. And, there's always protests. There's always conflicts in motorsport. When there's complaints where the only remedy is running it over again, you got to live with the decision.
Thanks for your time.
Good.
Back upstairs to you guys.
All right, Dan, and there you have it. So the winner indeed will stay. It is Gravedigger, and it's going to be Gravedigger and Bulldozer, and this is just what many people thought would happen. It's what Gravedigger wanted, that's for sure.
Well, it was a tough call, but certainly Roy Jansen standing behind his people. But no doubt, Dan Patrick has got to beat. I thought to the naked eye he won the race, but the officials didn't see it that way. Now we're going to Quad Wars, and as you said, Bulldozer and Gravedigger are getting ready for the finals.
Nashville and St. Louis. Nashville, of course, the home team. St. Louis is having a pretty good season. If you haven't seen any Quad Wars before, here's the way it works. Oh, my, we have a flip early.
That's James Krasuski for Team St. Louis, and he is shaken up. Wow.
Yeah, that hurt just a little bit, I'm telling you. So one St. Louis rider is out. What I was getting ready to say is that the only thing that counts here in Quad Wars is the guy out front. Whoever is out front wins the race and wins for that team. So everybody else is trying to do some blocking. And here you see these two guys battling, Randy Dinkins and James Perry. Perry is for Nashville, Dinkins for St. Louis.
Dinkins, number 7, is one of the real bad dogs on the circuit. He's not afraid to give out a leg, to bump you out of the way, anything it takes to get the victory. But right now, he is trailing as Perry's running a beautiful race for the home-standing Nashville team.
It's James Perry is the 44, and in the red 7, it is Randy Dinkins. St. Louis, we've seen him a lot this season.
Well, St. Louis had a good year. They may be able to wrap up the championship at home here in a few weeks, but they need to beat Nashville tonight.
And these two guys dice it back and forth. And number 8 you see there is Vinnie Morgan of St. Louis, and he'll be trying to block off some of the other Nashville competitors.
Well, at this point, it's pretty much come down to a two-man race because you're right. Morgan's just kind of got things bottled up back there with the rest of the field. It's either going to be, unless something strange happens, Dinkins or Perry crossing that finish line first. And these guys are settling it, in essence, one-on-one right now as we get to the late stages of this heat. Dinkins now has the lead, but it's so hard to turn when you carry wide around the poles, although Dinkins has about a quad, maybe 2 quad length lead until we get to the turn.
And here comes Perry. Perry's looking pretty strong. In the turn, Dinkins is really strong. We've seen a lot of antics out of Dinkins this season, but he really is a good rider on these quads.
Veteran rider, years and years with Pace Motorsports Quad Wars competition. Randy's considered one of the best, also one of the roughest. We'll keep our eyes on this final lap. It's going to be a doozy as Perry and Dinkins battle for the win.
Well, the white flag is out. We're on the final lap. It looks like Nashville's going to be able to take it home. Here's Randy Dinkins trying everything he's got to come from behind. Oh, Dinkins cuts him right there on the turn, and it is Randy Dinkins. What a final move he made, and Team St. Louis wins Heat 1 here in Nashville.
Vintage Dinkins right there. Wow.
Hey, we'll have more Quad Wars and our collision course feature coming up on Motor Madness. Monster Jam.
World Tour comes a-calling. Get those tickets at PaceMotorsports.com.
Right now, Motor Madness, let's look back at some great collisions in the past. We call it Collision Course. In the Nashville Arena now, Mike Hawkwood, Scott Douglas, when we're ready for Quad Wars Heat 2. You'll remember Randy Dinkins in St. Louis won Heat 1, so the fans a little on edge here. They'd like to see the homestanding Nashville team take it back and even things up.
I love these Nashville fans. The folks here in the Music City, when the team in blue came out, really roaring to give them some inspiration. They know they need to even it up right here. And, well, a good start for St. Louis, though, and already a couple of quads tangled up. Nashville riders there, too.
Greg Little and John Rosenbaum out battling for the lead. Little for St. Louis, Rosenbaum for Nashville.
Rosenbaum's the team captain for Team Nashville, and he's the guy that they're really counting on here. Now, Randy Dinkins is not in this heat, or at least he wasn't listed on the original starting lineup because they split the fields in half for each heat. Everybody comes together later in the main.
Well, you see there, Rosenbaum, who's in the blue. That's the Nashville color. Red is St. Louis. Oh, my! That is Little, who was battling for the lead, flips his quad over.
Wow, that was a spectacular crash. Let's hope he's all right. But again, in quad wars in this situation, they're going to check him out. But the caution is just on that part of the course. The rest of the course is green. Then the guys have to slow down when they get into the area where there is a problem. Well, Rosenbaum's out in the Sunday cruise right now.
No doubt about it there. Back just a little bit. Stephen Doherty, you'll see, for St. Louis, battling Greg Bray for Nashville.
Well, actually, Doherty's starting to make up some ground, so Rosenbaum can't just cruise. He's going to have to really try and air it out to get the win.
Well, as you see these quads, and it is not easy when they go over some of these jumps, some of these bumps. These guys have to really be in good condition driving these quads. It takes a lot of effort and energy.
Now, Greg Bray in the number 24 is actually technically a lap down. He just went behind his teammate. But remember, the only thing that matters is who wins. Oh, his engine died because he could have blocked off the third place, or at that time, second place running St. Louis rider and helped his captain. But that's not going to happen now. His engine died. He's out of the way, and we're back to a two-man drag race.
And it's Stephen Doherty in at 75 in red. What a job he's done coming up to take the lead away from Rosenbaum, who had checked out. Now this is quite a battle here between Rosenbaum and Doherty.
John, better watch that last turn, Rosenbaum, because you just saw right there Doherty has got what I call the Randy Dinkins move down in the final turn. Just go in, don't worry about getting inside. You slam into your opponent, push him out of the way, and you take the lead. He did it last time, and he couldn't catch him.
No,
To do it this time.
It is Nashville. John Rosenbaum has done it for Nashville, and you hear the crowd in the background. They love it. Things are all even in the quad wars as Team Nashville has now won Heat 2.
The main way to keep St. Louis from pulling that Randy Dinkins slam move in the final turn is to be so far ahead they can't hit you. There's exactly that early turn, and it looked like he was trying to move. Little was trying that same kind of move when you go in and ram the opponent. That one backfired on him.
Yeah, he was trying to cut him off there, and you're right. St. Louis has that move down.
One man.
Wait a minute.
Hey, come on, guys.
Wait a minute.
Come on now. Hey, no need for all that. Go on, get out of here. Get out of here. Hey, guys.
That's Randy Dinkins who came out there a little bit, isn't he?
He doesn't have any business out here. He wasn't in that race.
Get on part here. Come on, guys.
Well, this sometimes happens in quad wars.
Get apart.
St. Louis, as you saw, they were doing that cut-off move, and I'm sure that Rosenbaum did not like that at all, and words have been exchanged. So all I know is our final quad war match is going to be something here. Tempers are a little hot. We'll have that, the finals, and we're also going to have some Monster Truck freestyle for you. Hang around. We'll be back on Motor Madness Monster Jam in just a moment.
Look at it on the schedule. There's the date, June 5th. The New York State Fairgrounds. That's the place. We're talking about the Monsters in the main event. That's right. The Monsters will be rumbling. Syracuse is the battleground. You just need to get a ticket. Grab them before they're gone at www.pacemotorsports.com.
Hey, it's going to be Gravedigger and Bulldozer in the finals. Let's hear from our competitors.
I'm trying to figure out what I want to put on that flag, but I think I'll probably keep that flag to the end of the year, so I don't have to worry about it.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that's the only way you can earn it is for someone to break their truck, that's how you want it, buddy, you can have the flag. But wait, when I get ready to get the flag, I don't want you to break your truck and just have to hand it to me. I want to take the flag.
All right, no excuses. No excuses.
No doubt, no excuses, buddy. I'll be there.
I tell you what, we got a showdown coming up. There's no doubt about that. But before we do that, we got a little freestyling going on.
Tom Menson, the Bulldozer, and not only can he race, he can put on a show.
Yeah, I know one thing. He doesn't want to break that truck before the final run, but he likes to get out there and play around a little bit, and the fans love it.
Wait a minute. Trying to get a donut around the pole there. Vince and the bulldozer. Just having some fun. Oh, we'll have to replace that pole for the final.
Yes, indeed they will.
There's Gary Porter.
There's no DQs in freestyling, not at all.
Now, the Carolina Crusher is the king of the donuts. We'll see if this dirt's good enough. I noticed he kind of trying to get a feel for it. You got to have a real good grip dirt there that you can get a good donut going in. Yeah, he's just going to kick some dust in the turn. I'm glad I'm not manning that camera.
No.
Whoa, 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 hang on.
I don't think he meant to do that, but the Carolina Crusher trying to get up on two wheels has flipped it over.
I think he was trying to set up a donut.
Yeah. Not the first time Gary Porter has turned one of these over, but he just could not save it as he got up on two wheels.
So we get her pulled back over. I tell you the truth, that was a pretty soft landing. There may not be a whole lot of damage. Well, anytime you turn it over, you've got some things to fix. But that was a pretty soft landing for the Crusher.
Let's hear from Gary Porter.
You know, when you put on a show, you put on a show. Well, I didn't mean to do that. I come out here and sort of tested this ground a little bit. This whole track, and I said, well, right here's the spot to do a donut if I can. And, you know, it was a little bit tacky. You know, the tires dug in, and she come up on the side, and I tried to turn into it and pull it out, but I just couldn't do it tonight.
I got to tell you, for a guy who's been doing this forever, you have remained the ultimate showman.
Well, we come out here and try to please these great fans. You know, they spend their hard-earned money to come out here and see us, and we want to send them home happy.
You don't try, you succeed.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah, you heard Gary Porter did not mean to do that, but he put on a show anyway. Hey, the quarterfinals, a little bit of a grudge war coming up here. This is going to be something. Stay with us. Nashville team getting the fans fired up. They're the officials, and they're going to be watching both of these teams very, very carefully here. We saw almost a fight between the two before, and now we're down to the final. St. Louis in red. It is Nashville in blue. And it is Greg Little of St. Louis, number 6. John Rosenbaum of Nashville battling for that pole shot there.
Randy Dinkins also up in the early mixes. These guys are everywhere. Remember, the earlier heats, the field was basically split in half. Now every rider is out. Both the captains have broken away. It's Randy Dinkins, the captain for St. Louis, number 7. John Rosenbaum, team captain for Nashville, trying to make up the distance in number 2. Nice move by Rosenbaum as he slips into the lead. But it's early. 6 laps here. And then, jam up.
Something happens with Rosenbaum. And Greg Little is going to take the lead here.
Yeah, that gives Little a lot of room to work with. He breaks out for what his quad towards is a very comfortable lead. Problem is in the turn, it's just hard to hold a lot of momentum. And Dinkins and some of the other St. Louis riders will be trying to fly back. Rosenbaum, though, is in a position to hold them off if he can kind of stay in between himself and the pack that's behind him.
St. Louis has 2 strong riders in Randy Dinkins and Greg Little. And you're seeing the effects of that right now.
So Rosenbaum should do just what he wants to do. That was to get everybody behind him, kind of pack them up, and now he is busted free. And you can see he's cut down Little's lead, and Rosenbaum is in contention to get back in front. Wow, what a move to make up that ground.
John Rosenbaum, number 2, takes the lead with a great inside move there. Boy, he really took that turn. That's an old St. Louis trick he was using.
Here comes Dinkins as well. So you've got Little and Dinkins now right behind Rosenbaum. That's not what he wants to see, because it can be tag team time, and he doesn't have any help for the front. Indeed, look at the move.
Randy Dinkins is taking the lead. They're side by side now, swapping it back and forth. 2 St. Louis riders hit each other. That hurt him a little bit, slowed him down. Rosenbaum now gets a quad-length lead. White flag is out. Final lap here. It is going to be between Dinkins and Rosenbaum. They're side by side.
This is going to settle it. Dinkins makes the move, but Rosenbaum slingshots back, and it looked like one of the other St. Louis riders tried to cut Rosenbaum off by cutting the course, and it didn't work.
Boy, no holds barred here. You talk about uneven tempers. Oh!
Saw this coming. These 2 guys were battling each other wheel to wheel, and indeed, Dinkins was willing to sacrifice himself to take Rosenbaum out and leave the victory to his teammate, Vinnie Morgan. St. Louis trying to get home for the World Finals coming up on TNN. They get a huge win here in Nashville, and I'm going to tell you, the Nashville guys are living
Dinkins is shaken up on that. Randy Dinkins was shaken up. And there is Little from St. Louis. He's got the checkered flag. Nashville fans don't like it. We'll see what happens a little later on. I believe we're going to have a grudge match.
Yeah, Nashville took another shot. Yes, sir.
We'll have that for you coming up next on Motor Madness Monster Jam. Stay tuned. This is going to get wild.
Just take Rosenbaum out along with himself, which gave the victory to Team St. Louis. Nashville challenged them right back, and St. Louis said, you want some more? We'll get it. So we're going to go 2-on-2 now. And Nashville's desire here, John Rosenbaum, still clear out all these other guys. And let's see who the best riders are.
The number 2 in blue, that is John Rosenbaum. And here we'll see on the final lap what happens between John Rosenbaum. Randy Dinkins is number 7.
Oh, there he goes again.
Dinkins tried to take him out right there. Rosenbaum is doing a great job of maintaining his line and keeping it straight.
Dinkins keeps taking shots, and now he's too far behind. Rosenbaum wins the grudge match, gets the job done. Dinkins actually lost momentum that time when he tried to take him out. He tried the same move. This time it didn't work. Rosenbaum and Nashville win the grudge match.
Well, yeah, Dinkins from St. Louis tried not so much to win, just to take him out, and that strategy did not work. The checkered flag goes into the arms of one John Rosenbaum of Nashville, and the fans, as you saw, enjoy it very much.
I love it in Music City as Team Nashville carries the checkers. Here we go now. Once he got to that point, Dinkins has gotten himself in trouble trying to knock him out, and then actually went into the pole. That left Rosenbaum plenty of room to win the race.
All right, let's hear from Nashville's captain.
You came, you saw, you conquered. Yes, I did conquer. I'm so glad that we got the race in and had a good, clean race and just dominated them. They teamed up on me, took me out of the main. You know, I showed them who was the man in the grudge, and I'm so glad to take it home for us tonight. I got to tell you, you wouldn't think of it, but these people went nuts. I'm so glad, we couldn't be here if it wasn't for the fans, and I really appreciate everybody coming out and supporting us. I'm just so glad to take it home for the hometown. Great job. Appreciate it.
A very happy John Rosenbaum. Well, it's going to be Bulldozer and Gravedigger in our monster finals. We'll have that for you coming up next here on TNN's Motor Madness.
The Monster Jam SummerSlam World Tour invades the Midwest this July, and we've got the easy way to get your tickets early. Just log on now at pacemotorsports.com and get tickets today for all the amazing thrills and, of course, your favorite power-packing monsters.
Time now to see how it works. I think you'll be shocked.
How do the shocks work? The shocks are actually, they're oil-filled, oil and nitrogen filled. They got an expansion chamber on them, accumulator that is full of nitrogen. There's a lot of technology behind the shocks people don't realize, and when you get them out of the box, you just don't go down to Napa and buy them and bolt them on.
Well, these shocks are custom made specifically for these monster trucks. They're hydraulic over nitrogen shock. They work on real high pressure nitrogen, which supports the weight of the truck, and it works like a standard shock absorber on your own vehicle.
If it's working good, you don't know it because it feels good. If it's not working good, you got a sore back. I'm a driver, man. I don't know how the shocks work.
We always try to reach a happy medium, and a happy medium to me is setting the valve in just a little stiff because I always want to get a lot of air wherever I go. If it's a lame track with no air ramps, then I can still live with the truck. It's not too stiff that it'll beat you up. I prefer a little bit firmer, tighter truck that lands really well and has no rebound to it.
Well, that style of shock has worked well for Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger, trying to take the flag back tonight, which is now resting comfortably on the rear of the Bulldozer machine driven by Tom Mintz.
Everybody in the new Nashville arena has literally grabbed the edge of their seat. This is what everybody's been looking for. Tom Mintz, the winner of 15 consecutive matches. In that streak, he's beaten Gravedigger twice. Now Digger gets a chance to even the score.
All right, and Before they strapped themselves into these trucks, we had a chance to talk to both competitors about this final run.
You know, you took his flag last time in Orlando, and I think he wants it back.
Yeah, I think he does. You know, he don't like to lose, that's for sure, but I don't either. You know, it's going to be a battle to the finish. It's definitely two tough competitors going to be out there. Ain't nobody going to leave nothing out there on the track, but maybe some destroyed parts. But
it is one heck of a final. The fans are going to get everything they paid for.
yeah, they are. You know, the people are getting rowdy here. It's Saturday night and Friday night, whatever night it is. We're going to give it our all.
How's the truck handling? Obviously, it looks like it's doing great from our perspective. How is it from your perspective in the driver's seat?
It seems to be real good. You know, I'm just not going to worry about who's in the other lane and give it all she's got.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
You got it, Tom. All right, you know, you talk about it, you dream about it, you prepare yourself. The guy who stole your flag is yours in the finals. It's mano a mano. What do you do about it?
I don't know. It's kind of like a dream come true right now, because that's what I said earlier. And I just want to get out here and I want to beat him fair and square. I want to keep my cool. I want to dust around those turns because I got the power. I just don't have enough room out there. Tom's good. He can cut those corners good. His truck steers really well in the rear end. But, hey, I'm going to give it my best shot. All I got to do is just keep my cool and make those turns nice and easy. I'm going to get my flag back.
Is there anything you've learned about driving your truck on this course that you will change for the finals?
Not really. I've been kind of changing, been trying a bunch of different little styles out there, but actually I don't have anything consistent down right now, you know. Tom is running really consistent out there. I'm kind of running, I can run fast, but I'm running wide. And I got to run wide. If I don't run wide, I can't make the turns with the truck. So I'll just try to keep my cool, ease around the turns, and just hammer on the motor and try to get him down the straightaway. There's not a lot of straightaway out there to run anybody down, but I'll give him my best shot.
We're watching, Dennis.
All right, man. I'll be there.
Thanks, brother.
All right, they're both ready. As we said, the staging is about over. They're lining up now. Both will be trying to get good starts. That's the key in this final round, is really getting out of that hole shot, getting it pretty good. We'll see.
This is a really crucial race for Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger. Bulldozer has come in and stolen the limelight here over the last few weeks. And, you know, as we get close to the World Finals in St. Louis coming up, Dennis Anderson wants the momentum. Tom Metz can't knock him off for the points championship and the biggest share of that Pace Motorsports $100,000 point fund this year. But I'll tell you what, he's setting up for next year. Good start by Bull.
And Gravedigger really got out strong.
Look at Gravedigger led that time when they came by the start finish.
Let's see what happens here.
It's Digger.
Gravedigger has won it here in Nashville. Gravedigger and Dennis Anderson will take the flag back. The win streak by Tom Metz and Bulldozer has been stopped. Shut down.
And there's absolutely no fluke, no complaint. Both trucks look 100%. They both ran well. Nobody made a mistake. Dennis Anderson did it the way he wanted to do it. On the track, he just flat beat him.
That's the way he wanted to take the flag back. He wanted to take it away from him by winning it on the track, and here in Nashville, he has done it.
Let's look at the Gravedigger start, and it was an excellent start. Of course, there was nothing wrong with the way Bulldozer got off the line.
And remember, he knocked the pole down the last time, the last run. He was having to be very careful here, but still making that turn smooth and really gets back on that throttle very, very quickly.
He's never going to be too careful, though. I mean, he was just going to air it out. If he knocked the pole over, he'd have accepted that, but he did cut it wide enough. Let's watch Mintz now as the Bulldozer gets off to a great start, comes in, turns well, but I just think this is pure determination on the part of the icon of this sport, Dennis Anderson, who's won more races, I dare say, than anybody in monster truck history, and he wanted to be the man to stop the Dozer streak and to get what he considers his checkered flag back.
Well, what a run by Gravedigger, and it was a very popular win here with the fans, as you can see. And Gravedigger is going to put a little show on for some of these guys. He just wants to stay out there a while and celebrate.
This is going to be a happy freestyle because Dennis Anderson has kind of taken the bulldozer, not the monkey, but the bulldozer off his back. Now he's just going to tear the place apart.
Yeah, he'll heck with that bull.
It almost cost him earlier.
Yeah.
This time, no fine, no penalty. Go ahead, rip her out of there, Dennis.
Now you see that banner kind of crashed around some of that truck, and
he's picking up extra pieces. You're right.
yeah, he's cleaning up the track here.
Hay bales, Christmas trees, sonotubes. It doesn't matter. Dennis Anderson's eating all of it, and the fans are loving it.
they are. Nice crowd here in Nashville tonight, and they love Dennis Anderson, who's just the next state over in North Carolina, Kill Devil Hills. We're going to hear from him in just a moment. Our jam's on the way as well. Stay tuned. We've got more on Motor Madness Monster Jam. To do it again, just could not hang on, and Bulldozer in our finals here. Dennis Anderson wins in Gravedigger.
You know, I don't think Mintz came in overconfident, even though he had beaten Dennis Anderson, taken that checkered flag from him. He knows that Anderson was going to come out with everything he had. I just think Dennis kind of willed himself to victory in this when he was not going to lose.
No, let's hear from Tom Mintz, who was finished second here tonight in Nashville. Dan Moriarty's got him now. Dan?
Undefeated, sooner or later it had to come to an end. My God, that was close.
Yeah, I know it came to an end, but, you know, I can't, you know, I come out here with the big boys and ran 17-1 so far, so I ain't got no regrets. You know, it's something nobody else has done, but we'll get him. We just a little bit too conservative that last time. Didn't want to make a silly mistake, and he got by, you know. Had to hand it to him. He got the win.
It was one heck of a race. All right, now I got to ask you, did anything go wrong with your engine, as he claimed went wrong with his engine in Orlando?
Yeah, we had a little problem with the coil there, but we don't make excuses.
Great run, great show. The fans love this race.
I know, this is great. It's been great out here. I have to thank my wife, my little daughter Hannah, and all the guys that are helping out at home, my dad and cousin Rob, and everybody pulling together, Pace Motorsports, United States Hot Rod, for making this all possible.
Great job.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Dan. And here's Gravedigger's run, Scott.
Yeah, Mintz has been outstanding, though, taking nothing away from him. He did have a great run, but Dennis Anderson just showed why he's been on the top of the sport for so long. This is a flawless run. He comes through brilliantly. Look how square he is for that final show.
And Dan has caught up with Dennis now. So let's go back down now to Dan Moriarty. Dan?
So you lost the flag for once, so now you get it back. Nothing big deal about it, right?
Yeah, there's a big deal about it. Tom got your flag because I broke, and that's what I was talking about earlier. I said, when I get my flag back, I'm going to win it fair and square. He don't have any excuses. I didn't have any excuses. He was my huckleberry this day, Buddy Rowe, and I got him, and I got my flag back. That's what I wanted.
That was one heck of a fun.
Yeah, it was. It was good. It's a small building, man. It's tight racing in here, and you know, we gotta be on our P's and Q's. We gotta drive as hard as we can. But hey, it takes some good drivers to go as fast as we do. TV sometimes don't do them justice. If you could come in the stands trackside and watch us go, you'd be amazed, I think.
The fans had a blast.
Yeah, they did. Hey, if it wasn't for the fans out there, man, I wouldn't be as happy as I am right now, because I wouldn't even be racing anymore if it wasn't for my fans. I love my fans. Hey, I love my family at home, Mom and Dad, Adam and Ryan and Kristen, all my kids. Hey, Dad's out here kicking butt on the road, man. We're still going. I'll be home in a little bit.
Thanks, Dennis.
All right.
Again, congratulations to Dennis Anderson. Here's our Maylocks Minute. I don't think there's any doubt about this, Scott. Gary Porter just couldn't save it.
Remember, this was freestyle. He was just trying to set up for a donut, and over he went. Gary Porter needing a little Maylocks there.
What a show. As they tear up the Nashville arena for the last time, let's just think about what we just saw. That monster final? My God, have you ever seen anything like that in your life? Tom Mintz barely losing the flag to the Gravedigger and Dennis Anderson. Well, you know what? If you haven't seen anything better than that, you're about to. Because next week, 16 monster trucks. That's right, I said 16. The biggest, the baddest, the most incredible show TNN Motor Madness Monster Jam has ever shown you, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. So make sure you don't miss it. We're also going to crown our season champs and recap what we've all enjoyed together here on the Monster Jam. For now, I'm Dan Moriarty saying see you later, but I will see you soon in St. Louis. Take care.
Thanks, Dan. And yeah, I'm looking forward to St. Louis. It's going to be a great show, Scott.
Dan is absolutely right. 16 monster trucks, the world's 16th best. We've never seen anything like it. You got to be here next Friday for this one.
All right. We'll be here. Hope you will, too. For Dan Moriarty and Scott Douglas, I'm Mike Hogwood. That'll do it tonight for Motor Madness Monster Jam. See you in St. Louis. So long, everybody.
ya.